Thank you so much for watching Culture Fix. I am delighted to be joined by the fantastic Satoshi, who represents Moldova at Eurovision 2026 with his anthem Viva Moldova. Satoshi is one of Moldova and Romania's biggest stars, and you've played in London recently as well, which is really exciting. You have several albums, lots of hit singles, so it's a real pleasure to chat to you. How are you?
Well, first of all, thank you. I might not talk about myself like that. Probably, I have some good reputation, but I will not say about myself that I'm a big star. Hopefully, if that looks so from from one side, that would be great. But I don't know. I'm just things are different. The perspective is different when you look at it from the inside or from the outside, because I don't have your point of view. I'm fine. I have a lovely sunny day here in Chisinau, and I'm getting ready to fly to Nordic Eurovision Party in Oslo.
I'm here to be your hype man. I'm going to hype you up.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So let's think back to the national final. How has life changed since winning that?
Oh, the first thing that I felt the next day was that I got so that amount of attention that I never felt, because if usually I am just like in the eyes of my listeners and people who I gather throughout the years, this time it was like the whole world is watching and everyone is like, expecting something. So the amount of pressure and attention was huge. Uh, and then I started to manage it, because you have to put yourself some goals and just try to accomplish them. Life is crazy right now. I think this is the busiest time of my life I've ever had. So this is
And
it.
you're enjoying it though.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes I do enjoy it. I catch myself on the thought that, look, I just traveled 3 countries, in 2 days, met so many people, and went there. But sometimes I just catch myself like, okay, today I had 1 hour to do nothing and relax a little, and that's it. Like, is everything right? Is this it? This is it. Should it be like that or no? But then I tell myself like, this is all temporary, so you just gotta accept it and try to enjoy it.
You mentioned the pressure of the national final, and I wonder how do you manage that? Are you quite good at taking time for your mental health and taking time to step back and just relax and sort of take in what's happening? How do you cope with that?
See, what's specific about myself is that I've got a pretty organic path. So I went through so many different venues and events and contexts in which I had the smallest underground thing, and some regional small venue, and then the bigger one and a festival, and the ones that you play for free like for some years, and the cover bands and the bands in which I've played as a drummer, and stuff went on pretty organic, so to the point where I can feel it gradually, so nothing comes at me like, like something that I can't handle. On the other way, being an artist means being pretty sensitive about stuff, because you care a bit more about different things, because your nerves are on the outside, so everyone can touch them. So the bigger you grow in terms of audience and awareness, the bigger are the risks of being touched on your nerves by so many people with different intentions. So that's the challenge. Sometimes it is a huge pressure and very bad place to be. Sometimes I can deal with it, and I can, have I don't give a damn about the situation. It is a challenge, and it is some sort of a, how do you call it? How Darwin was calling it, the
Yeah.
natural, selection. The natural selection sometimes
Yeah.
is the natural selection.
Um, well, I know the response to the track has been really, really positive around the world and around Europe, and fans have really just embraced that kind of celebration of Moldova and Moldovan culture and Moldovan music. How does it feel to kind of see that love coming from around Europe and around the world?
It is very encouraging and empowering, because when I was writing this song, I was walking on a very thin ice of keeping the compromise of representing my people at the same time of being understood by a huge audience, because Europe is the most diverse territory in terms of culture and language. So you got to address to so many people. I want to represent. I want to be original, but at the end of the day, I was writing it for an international audience, hoping that I will get there. So our people didn't get it that well from the beginning, because I had my songs related to my country, where I celebrated the Independence Day and so on and so on. So I dedicated a couple of them to our European path as well, and people embraced it, our people. So but it was like pure Romanian language with clear references, and like writing poems in Romanian for our people. And here, when I tried this exercise of being, uh, all around the world,
Yeah.
uh, not everyone understood it and embraced it with the heart. So I got a lot of negative feedback in the very beginning. Still to this day, I have a lot of people who write that, oh, I don't understand about what is this song. I don't understand this, and I knew it will be like that, because it's a tricky exercise wanting to do so. But I bet on it, and I think that it will touch hearts and people will understand it.
Yeah. What do you want to showcase about Moldova to maybe people that haven't visited and maybe don't know a huge amount about the country?
Well, the song itself is a puzzle. It is a cultural map that has several references to our culture. For example, composers, dance names, dishes names, places names. It contains the vibe of us, and it shows a contemporary perspective of the country, because I really enjoy playing around with beats and music. So that's why we try to combine so many different things, so that Moldova is not seen as only being something like Balkanic vibe somehow. It has that folk vibe in it, but it has lots of contemporary electronic stuff, which comes naturally. So I wanted to say, like, guys, we're just like you. We're a part of this free world, of this European common cultural heritage, and this is what we want to share. So you're welcome to come to us, and we want to be at the same table with you guys, sharing the same values.
Yeah, it's really exciting because I know in London they have now launched flights to Moldova as well, so it's becoming easier for I know people in the UK to get there as well. So that's a really nice thing to see that bridge being built. Um,
We
so
have lots of people in the UK. We have, like, our main town where the Moldovans are is Northampton.
okay.
That's where it is. I think they're like, I don't know, 12,000 people,
Wow.
Moldovans, in the
Yeah.
Northampton. Yeah.
So this is a place for the next concert, the next gig in Northampton.
Yeah, I had a couple of them in
Oh,
Northampton. The
nice.
later, yeah, last one was in June. It was a festival in a huge park, and it was lovely. But the best crowds of our European tours are in London, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, it's such a central sort of spot for everyone round the UK and Europe. We all like to gather there. So yeah, good to be part of that. So I recently really fell in love with the video for the song because I think it fuses together that kind of the traditional elements, but also, as you say, the kind of electronic and the kind of excitement of that. How did that come together? What was the kind of the spark that started the idea for the video?
Well, that thanks to Roman Burlaca. He's the director of the music video and the one with whom I work the most. He's a very experienced director. He came up with the idea of having something that represents very well Moldova, and that is a national folk ballet joc. Uh, they did their job perfectly. The idea is not, it's not complicated at all. It's simple, but at the end of the day, it works, I think, and I really enjoyed how it went. Uh, so yeah, it was Roman Burlaca who had the idea. We wanted to create a much more complex music video, but we didn't get that time because I had to go to the US, and we just we just found this one as being the more optimal one. At the end of the day, it works, and I see people enjoying it.
How was your experience in the US? Because obviously culturally quite different to Europe, even though kind of shared language as a lot of kind of countries and speakers of Europe. So how was that experience?
It's so different. It's so different. Everything is different. Everything is bigger, larger, sweeter. You know,
Yeah.
uh, I might say that's not the best place to go to look out for some food. I think Europe is more food related. At the same time, US is the place with infinite opportunities if you have enough, long run stamina and enthusiasm and that grinding energy. You have all the possibilities in the world to be a successful man, whatever that success means to you. Um, what it is like, it's a whole continent, and it's so different. You get one vibe in Chicago and another vibe in Nevada, so, and the third one in Orlando, the fourth one in Seattle.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful country, especially in terms of nature and in terms of infrastructure. Those guys, can build stuff, and everything is built very well. You see how everything is made high quality, the roads, the buildings, everything is so good. At the same times, you can see so many contrasts, like of the like peak capitalism,
Yeah.
people, the most, like the richest people and the poorest one walk in the same street, and you catch yourself in that contrast, especially being from Eastern Europe, where things got, pretty dark in the past century, and everyone was like, you know like that equal, and you're used to the fact that everyone's pretty much the same.
Mhm.
And then you go there, you see like those huge cars with zillion horsepower, and then and next to it you have those one living on in the street, and it's overwhelming. That stuff is overwhelming. In a state you can go buy a gun like ice cream. In another one there is no legalization for marijuana, and everything is so different.
It still blows my mind when you're walking down the street and a robot will just drive past you. It's just these, the food delivery robots and things. It's very odd. But yeah, it does take a kind of a bit of getting used to. Well, let's think of Eurovision because we are only about a month and a half, maybe a little bit more, away from the actual contest. What does that time look like for you? What do you have planned? What do you need to do before the contest?
Well, we are in our promo period. We have some events here and there, some parties, as this one that will happen tomorrow in Norway. What else do we have? We're shooting different types of content in order to get the song more, popular amongst the people, so that people can sing it actually. What else? We're still working on the staging, because it's not. We still have a couple of weeks to get everything done. Then I think in about 2 weeks we'll start the proper rehearsals all the way, like just to practice the song as it will be on the performance in Vienna. So that's it. Then we have to have a lot of fittings so that everything will look good on us and be comfortable, and so on and so on. Sorry for that.
That's okay. And how much do you want to change things? Because the performance at the national final to me was really polished and really great that you could just lift it and take it to Vienna. But how much do you personally, as an artist, want to play with that and change things?
Well, thanks. But the fact that we had the opportunity to look at this from another perspective, and then to go to Kiev and perform it one more time, analyze it one more time, being shot as on television, gave us the chance to work on things here and there. So we will work on the screens, we will work on the outfits, we will work on the special effects. We will not bring that much choreography or stuff like that, because I just want to keep it natural, as close as possible to our normal concert. So it has the vibe of a proper show that you can see on a concert.
Have you had the chance to get to know any of the other acts from any other countries at the moment?
Do you mean meeting someone from different countries?
Yeah, yeah. So as in the artists from the other countries.
Yes, yes, yes. We met with Alicia from Poland while being in Warsaw last week, and I met um, Alice from Albania. So they're very nice guys. Everything is fine, and we're just today in the evening we're about to meet half of them, because there are a lot of people who's about to attend Nordic Eurovision Party.
I'm excited to see that because I think it's really nice to see the kind of the community of artists that form as a result of Eurovision. It's always a really lovely thing for the fans to see these relationships build as well.
It is like that, definitely, and I'm glad. I think that's one of the greatest assets of Eurovision, bringing people together.
I would just love to finish up with just some quick questions. I know you have a flight to get, so we'll make these nice and speedy. Um, where is your favorite place in Moldova?
It is Cahul, my hometown. It's a small town at the south of the country, near to the border, both to Romania and Ukraine. It's a very lovely town, especially for me, of course. It has beautiful sunsets, and it has very plain fields. Lakes are on the south, and I have a couple of good coffee places.
What is the most surreal moment or the most unexpected moment of your journey so far in Eurovision?
Mhm. To this point, I think I had two of them. First one, I didn't expect Jamala giving us the 12 points at the national finals, so it was very empowering then. And also it was the collaboration request on that post from Eurovision. That's
Yeah.
when I realized, like, I had that request from the official Eurovision account. So it was that thing was really big.
That's one you have to be really careful you don't accidentally hit decline.
You're right, you're right. I was thinking about it in a moment.
Just see what happens. No, I'm glad you accepted. Very glad you accepted. How would you describe Viva Moldova in 3 words?
Well, energy, kindness, and unity.
Lovely. What is your favorite way to unwind and kind of relax?
That would be a couple of lazy days just doing nothing. I don't need any specific processes to follow in order to get relaxed. I just need some free time when I don't have any tasks to do, so I can eat a lot, listen to some music, and go out for a walk. In these terms, like, I'm a real nerd, so I
I love it.
stuff like that, and I just go out for a walk, play an album, do nothing, come back, lay down on your bed, and keep
Uh,
doing nothing. That's it. That's all your body needs.
I love that. Justice for CDs. I do miss CDs. You know, it's so nice to have a physical copy of music, whether it be vinyl or a CD. These are all in your pocket when you go for a walk.
Well, yes, I'm a huge fan of them, and every time I go on a journey somewhere, I'm looking for secondhand CD stores, because you can find really rare stuff that are not being released anymore. So I'm just keep collecting them. Sometimes you can. I bought myself an external CD DVD player, because sometimes you can find a special edition from some 2004, which has a DVD on it. It could be a concert or an interview or a making of the album, and you cannot find it like anywhere else. So I just grab it, and come home. So I have a couple of stacks here from the US and from Poland because I didn't have the time to, deal with them. So they are still packed here.
Nice, nice. Well, Satoshi, thank you so much. I hope you get at least 1 or 2 days to just relax and switch off with no tasks, and you can really unwind before Eurovision. But I know the performance is going to be incredible, and I'm really, really excited to see you in Vienna. So thanks so much for taking the time. It's a real pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and keep in touch. Maybe we'll meet somewhere, maybe in London.
Amazing. Yeah.